I know that when you are a health conscious woman who is trying to do what's right in the eyes of God in the holidays or really anytime, but especially during the holidays, it is easy to feel awkward, to feel judged or even dismissed. I know that struggle. I know that you're wanting to honor God with your body and you're also wanting to honor your family relationships. So, the goal of this episode is to help you do just that, to maintain your growth and your progress through the holidays while hopefully having a positive impact on those around you, learning to do that without unnecessary conflict. Romans 12:18 tells us, if possible, so far as depends on you, live peaceably with all. But peace doesn't mean compromise. It means knowing what you're responsible for and what you're not. So today I'm going to give you 3 tips for how to not navigate the holidays with ease and influence. Let's go. To start the show, I just want to say that if you are benefiting and learning from what I share here with you each week, did you know that the absolute best way you can help me grow is to either leave me a review on Apple Podcasts or go to my YouTube channel and subscribe and then like videos or leave comments on the videos? I know that doesn't really seem like much. And I know when you hear that, you probably think, oh, my opinion, it doesn't really matter. But let me tell you, it does. And it doesn't cost you anything. So if you would, please take a second and go do one or maybe both of those. It will help me so much to reach other women just like you. Second, when you do subscribe to YouTube, just remember that you actually get early access to my new episodes because the video version of the episodes premieres at 5 o'clock Central Time on Monday nights versus early morning hours of Tuesday morning on the podcast app. So when you subscribe and you turn on your notifications, you are the first to hear new content. And then third, I want to acknowledge that my audio is not as good this week, and that is because I left my house to come to my office to record without a very important little piece of equipment that I plug into my computer that my microphone hooks into. So I'm having to use little cell phone mic. There's more echo. I apologize. I hope that it's not too distracting and that you will bear with me. It's the best I can do, and I didn't have time to drive back home and get the thing. So it is what it is. Thank you for bearing with me. Today, I want to share with you 3 tips to help you navigate the holidays in a way that is honoring God and honoring to your family. It's going to be a quick episode because I know this is a busy time, but I know also that you're going to probably be entering into situations with family members that maybe you don't see all the time, who don't understand why you're doing what you're doing. They may have comments, they may think you're a little crazy, all the things. It's okay. We're going to figure out how we're going to navigate this with ease. And I also have a resource for you at the end to help you even more practically. All right. So, the number one tip is I want you to lead with peace and not proof. Well, what do I mean by that? The quickest way to shut hearts is to lead with facts. You know that. You know that feeling of when people come at you ready to tell you why they're doing something and you're like, I don't want to hear it. Well, they may be the same way. The quickest way, though, to open them and to open their minds and their hearts to what you have to say is to lead with peace instead of arming them or arriving armed with all your studies and your labels and running a commentary on why you don't do seed oils anymore or anything like that. If you will arrive calm and grounded, a calm nervous system is contagious. When they see the peaceful aura, for lack of a better term, around you, they will want to know why you are at peace. When you are relaxed, when you're nourished, when you're joyful, people notice. On the other hand, anxiety invites conflict. A regulated nervous system, though, a calm, peaceful, regulated nervous system matters as much as nutrition. We've talked about that in past episodes, how no matter what supplements you take or what diet you're eating or how well you're doing, if your nervous system is in a mess, it's not going to matter. So I want you to prioritize that for yourself over the holidays, and then your family and the people around you are going to see that peace and want more of it. Your family doesn't need a medical lecture telling them all the studies that say all of the things that they're doing are wrong. They need to hear what peace looks like in a body that is well cared for. Remember, Proverbs 15:1 says, a gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. And Philippians 4:5 says, let your reasonableness be known to everyone. These are two really good verses to reflect on as you're walking into these various holiday gatherings that you're going to go to. Here's some practical tips, practical things to keep in mind, things that you can do that are going to reflect this peace and this health that you have now. First, you're going to eat what aligns with your convictions without announcing why. You don't have to be telling anybody why you're choosing one thing and not another. Just make the good choices like we talked about in the episode before Thanksgiving. I really encourage you to go back and listen to that because it's going to tell you how to build your plate, how to eat, to regulate your blood sugar, to make you feel better. But as you're doing that, unless someone specifically asks you, there's no need to comment on it. You just do what's best for you. Then I want you to decline foods gently, without apology or backstory. So if there's something that somebody says, hey, do you want some of this? No, thank you. You don't have to tell them more than that. No, thank you is a complete sentence. But then let curiosity come to you without you chasing it. When people want to know why you're doing things differently, just be ready to tell them that you're feeling better. We're going to talk about that a little bit more in a minute. I want you to choose peace over being right. Your peace will preach long before your research ever could. So let your evidence of your lifestyle, let the choices you're making showing your lifestyle and the things that you're changing in your life be the words. Let that be what talks. Let them see from your actions that you mean what you say, but then don't say a lot unless you're asked. Influence grows when people sense safety around you, not superiority. If you're talking down to them, they're not going to want to listen to you. But if they see you glowing and feeling peaceful and feeling healthy and having a good time, they're going to want to know what's changed, especially if that's different from what you've been in the past. Number 2, speak from testimony, not theology of health. You're not coming in here as a lecturer to tell them all the things, right? When conversations do come up, resist turning into all of the health, resist turning your health choices into doctrine. Resist the preachiness of it. Your lived experience is what's going to disarm their defensiveness. Well, what do I mean by that? They cannot argue with what you have experienced. So instead of saying, they're eating something, you say, that's inflammatory, that's toxic, that's bad for your hormones. Instead, try something like, I've noticed that my body feels so much better when I eat this way. They can't argue with that because you are telling from your experience and from your life what's working for you. You're not preaching at them or telling them what they need to do. No one can argue with your lived experience. They can argue with your opinions all day long, but they can't argue with what you are saying as fact has happened in your life. Remember, Colossians 4:6 says, let your speech always be gracious and seasoned with salt. And so keep that in mind as you're sharing with them why you're doing what you're doing and how much better it is making you feel and how the choices you've made have improved your life. Tell them things like, my digestion improved when I stopped blank, or my anxiety is less when I eat this way, or maybe it helps my energy when I fill in the blank. This keeps conversations personal, humble, and it disarms them. It avoids triggering defensiveness on their part or them mocking you, for lack of a better term. Sometimes that can come. But if you're just talking about how it's better for you and your life is better because of it, why would they mock that? It's a beautiful thing. Your testimony invites conversation, but rules invite resistance. So keep that in mind as you're having your conversations. And then number 3, remember that your assignment is not conversion into your lifestyle. It's kind of like your assignment is not forcing a conversion into your faith. You're not sent home for the holidays to change your family's pantry, okay? Even if you've completely overhauled yours, it's not your role to overhaul theirs. That's their role. Your first calling is to love them. Your second is to have stewardship over your own body. Everything else is really up to them. You are stewarding your body. You can't manage theirs, but you can 100% manage yours. Sometimes the most powerful witness that you can have is restraint. It's not correcting every comment they make. It's not engaging every jab they make at you. It's not absorbing every eye roll as a personal failure when they think that what you're doing is silly. It's not explaining every choice you make. God doesn't need you to micromanage every situation for him to do his work in your home or in your family's home. Remember, Jesus didn't heal every person in Israel, and he was perfect. So you don't have to fix Christmas. You don't have to fix your family at Christmas. He simply put the truth out, and some were drawn to it, some are repelled by it. Don't think that you're going to be any more impactful than Jesus was. You won't. You are obviously no better than him. He's the only sinless one that ever lived. And even in his perfection, not everyone listened. And not everybody's going to listen to you, and that's okay. But when you stay rooted and kind and clear on your boundaries, you model maturity to them. And that alone plants seeds. Remember, picture going out into your garden and you plant a seed. You don't dig up that seed to see how much it's grown. You wait. You give it warmth of the sunshine. You give it the nutrients that it needs. But you just have to wait and see what comes. See what kind of harvest you get. And that's the same thing with the things that you're trying to teach, whether it be in faith aspects or whether it be in health aspects. You plant the seeds and you wait to see what grows. And remember that not every seed that you plant germinates. Not every seed that you plant ever gives anything back, but a lot of them do. So just keep planting and waiting. Be patient and know that your peace will speak volumes. The goal of the holidays isn't to win an argument. It's to leave the room more whole than you found it. Meaning you come in and your peace glows and it rubs off on people and they feel better from having been around you. Peace is persuasive. Consistency is persuasive. Joy is magnetic. And your quiet steadiness speaks louder than any label ever could. Colossians 3:14 says, above all, put on love, which binds everything together in perfect harmony. The goal isn't to leave the table having convinced everyone to do things your way. It is to leave having loved well and stayed faithful to what God has entrusted to you. If you need a little extra help navigating this week, I made you a holiday script cheat sheet. And on that cheat sheet, it gives you ideas of things that you can say in various situations, including when maybe they poke fun at you a little bit or mock you a little bit. There's some script ideas and some things that you might want to have in your head to say that will help you through if you happen to be in a family that kind of looks at you like you're doing something silly. If you are needing that kind of help, I want you to know that it is a sneak peek into what's going to be available in Verity Village, which will be opening January 1st. I'm going to talk about that in a second. You can find the link for that handout, that downloadable sheet at either in the description or at https://www.morriswellnessservices.com/holiday script. The good news is, even if you feel like you're the only one that cares about your health on Christmas, you can rest assured that you are decidedly not alone. Starting on January 1st, Verity Village is opening, and that is going to be a place where you can find your people in a place that is uncensorable and based on the premise of learning truth from a godly perspective. The word verity, V-E-R-I-T-Y, means truth. We're looking and searching and digging and sharing truth. I want you to tell your friends about this podcast and also tell them about the village, because there is strength and joy in numbers. And as they say, the more the merrier. So if you have friends, maybe who live close to you, maybe who don't, who are also looking for this type of support, who are tired of being on their own, let them know about this village and let them know that it's not too late. If you're listening to this live or on the day that it was posted, if you which is December the 23rd, by the way. That's when this episode is going to go live. If you're listening between December 23rd and the end of the year of 2025, it is not too late to get the founding members discount. It's not too late to be the first in the door. So go sign up for the wait list, and that wait list is going to be your key, your access to being one of the few that gets that founding members discount. Those are the only people that are going to get that. So make sure that you go sign up at https://www.morriswellnessservices.com/village waiting. Again, there'll be a link in the show notes if you don't want to type that in. And then lastly, for those of you who are wanting to go even deeper, for those of you who know that 2026 is your year to finally feel good and to finally find true wellness, forget New Year's resolutions and go sign up for a foundation call with me. If inside of that call, what we do is we find out if one-on-one coaching would be a good fit for you, if it's what you need. Coaching is only for those who are ready for change that actually works and actually lasts. This isn't a quick fix, although many of my clients do see real results quickly, but rather it is a root level look at what is going on in your body and a step-by-step roadmap with accountability in place to help you implement change that you've never had before. You won't need resolutions after this because you won't have to worry about getting healthy once you've had the type of change that this program brings. It's going to be real and lasting, and you won't have to wish to feel good anymore because you will finally have it. If that sounds like you, if you are ready for that kind of serious change, get signed up for your call at https://w. Did I say yes? I lost my train of thought. I'm so sorry. https://www.morriswellnessservices.com/application. In past episodes, I've been saying apply, and that's been taking you to something that is not working correctly. And that's my fault that I was saying apply instead of application. It needs to be application. That will take you to the page where you're going to fill out your application, and then you are going to book your call on the next page. So go do that now, and then meet me back here next week for the last podcast of the year.